To Contra, baby. So, all right. So we'll just keep the logo up for like whatever 2 minutes or whatever.
Hey, have I shown you? I can't believe that I haven't done this yet. I mean, microphones are such a big deal on your show, and yet I've never demonstrated to you guys that I can do fairly amazing fart noises with my mouth.
It's a good thing I'm not wearing headphones. It'll just be a concert for Krista. Well, not for everybody who shows up on YouTube, I guess.
Can you guys hear me in the microphone? Oh wait, you're not wearing
we have no
headphones. Just kidding.
I am headphoneless. I'm sans headphones. I am without the headphones.
I can hear myself, so I guess.
As long as you can hear yourself, then everybody else can hear you too.
Okay.
Slip these bad boys on. Check. Hey.
Let's put this in a bed with Madonna and see if she sleeps with it.
Check. I think maybe pull your mic a little closer and have a little
pull a little closer.
Straight shot into
with
your
microphone extra dry.
noise hole.
Yeah, any better?
Yeah, say something, Krista.
Check. Saying something.
That sounds pretty legit.
So I need it right in front of my fucking face.
Yeah, but also since it's think of it like it's a concert mic. It has to be pointed at you. I can move that because we're not even on. No one's seeing this.
No.
This is what the green room is for.
Kayla may or may not be here. I'm not quite sure.
No, well, I just want it to be like that.
I don't. Oh, I see.
You've got to really make out with it.
Oh, okay.
Down the barrel of the mic.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move it a little bit this way because I'm probably gonna be leaning more your direction.
However you find it comfortable.
Right.
Just aim for the back of the house, and by the back of the house, I mean the cord on the mic.
No, I didn't know that. All I know is that there's a long blue dong pointed at my mouth.
The blue part is so short. Let's not overplay the blue.
Well, it's the head. I mean, that's the disturbing aspect of this.
I think it's funny that you have bare feet and Scott has shoes on.
What? Yeah, whatever. I was thinking about putting on shoes, and I thought, well, who cares?
Get a little closer.
Closer.
Don't be shy.
Was it with Big Red?
No, it was arid, extra dry. I forget what the commercials for Big Red were.
Longer with Big Red, that Big Red freshness lasts right through.
Oh,
it.
there you go.
Your fresh breath goes on and on while you chew it. So dance a little longer, romance a little longer with that big long lasting freshness with Big Red. And then you go, bam, and then fly toward the camera.
That's right. That's what Dad chewed was Big Red.
Big Red, juicy fruit, and like the new kid in town. Remember, it was like Winter Fresh. When Wrigley's brought out Winter Fresh, that was my dad's favorite. I'm a juicy fruit man myself. I'll take a Big Red, but
I like Big Red.
they're old timey, so their flavors go out quickly.
Yeah.
So I end up going with Ice Cubes or Orbits.
Well, you say old timey as if that was like the deciding factor, but I remember like Big League Chew or whatever lasting a lot longer.
Well, because they gave you so much. With Big League Chew, they were like, hey, guess what?
Which one was the Bubble Yum? Bubble Yum lasted a while.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Bubble Yum, and then that was the Gum Wars. Bubble Yum versus Bubblicious.
There was the Gum Wars.
To me.
All right.
There was a battle that raged in my head. Because it was
the Cola Wars, according to Billy Joel.
It was right around the time of the NES versus Sega thing.
Holy
it was
shit.
Bubble Yum versus Bubblicious. Why don't we just start the show? Krista, push the first button is the start.
What?
The on the mic, you know how when we start the show there's music?
Yes.
So the blue button, the first blue button is the intro music. So if you hit that,
The first blue. Okay.
top left, like if you
Okay.
were reading a book. Now, if you start it and you hear something, then if you point at me when you're ready for me to start talking, I will start. That's what a producer does.
Well,
So start it, and then when you hear it start to fade out, you point, and then I'll look at the camera, and
You're
then we'll start the show.
listening to FFOP Radio.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave, and this is like a New Year's episode of Everything Everywhere. Like, it's the live stuff. It's Flamingo Friday. You can see him here. There's Scotty. He's my guest in studio. In the new, I got look at all this stuff. There's Contra going on back here, if you can't see it. Also, Krista's over there. She'll fade herself in.
I'm here.
It's
Okay.
Krista.
New Year's.
Producer Krista.
Producer Krista. Yeah, she's like the Roz to our Frasier.
I don't know how much I like this.
What do you mean?
Spoiler alert. David
news-
said to me, hey, if you press the blue button to start the show, there are 9 blue buttons on this mixer.
The first one. I said the first one 90 times.
The first one, there are 3 rows of 3.
So we're assuming the top left?
That's what David said. I would have gone with the bottom left because
Why?
that's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
When
9.
you were reading, no, it's not a telephone, it's a mixer.
What are you reading in Chinese?
Listen,
Yes.
yeah, you're crazy. Listen, we're talking about the bubblegum wars.
Oh, yeah. We
So
were.
here's the thing. When you went with Bubblicious,
Rock and roll.
They-
The Cola Wars.
yeah, they had a problem with their flavors. It was always way too intense for me. Bubble Yum had just enough subtlety.
Big Red lasted about 5 minutes for me.
Big Red?
Yeah.
Oh, Big Red used to last
Cinnamon-
a long time for me.
No,
Cinnamon
see,
gums will last.
I just chew.
Juicy Fruit was gone in
Yeah,
like
Juicy
5
Fruit totally
seconds.
gone.
Yeah, juicy fruit. But here's the thing. Sometimes you can reinvigorate the peppers in the Big Red by pretending to blow a bubble, not blowing the whole thing, but you stick your tongue in it.
I'll
You
give
can
you
feel
that.
a little bit of that capsaicin from
There's
the
always
cinnamon.
verping too. You can verp a little.
What in the
What's
hell
verping?
is verping?
Verping, where it's the combination of vomit and burp. It's a verp.
Gross.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's. I threw up in my mouth a little.
So yeah, it's. I want everybody to come to this in their mind, where like you have that little blob of puke, right, and it's sitting on top of that burp bubble,
Right.
and it just goes poop right in the back of your throat, and it's like
How's it go?
boop.
Oh, that's the one.
Or it might think it's more like a cartoon. Like think of a cartoon swamp that's constantly bubbling, like a perfect, nice green sort of split pea soup, kind of. Anyway, what are we going to talk about? We can talk about I don't know. We don't have very many pop culture things in common. I was trying to think.
We don't.
We miss a
We
lot
worked
of
at the
things.
same pop culture store,
I know, and that's why it's so weird. Like, because I love the turtles,
and we host
go
a
on-
pop culture show.
Right. So, but that's the thing. We're coming together from 2 different arenas.
Arenas.
I'll say arenas because we're mighty warriors.
True. This
of
is
YouTube.
true.
But
Some of us are above the law.
Yeah.
Some of us are hard to kill.
kinda hard to kill. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. I've got the Ninja Turtles, and you've got Doctor Who,
True.
and you've got Star Wars, and I've got Star Trek.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I went to a lot of Star Trek conventions, but yeah.
Right. But I bet where would your most total geek. Where would most of your expertise lie then? With TNG or the OST? What do they call it? The OS.
TOS.
TOS.
I'm fairly like. I feel like I'm pretty decent at both, but I especially know the movies. Like I've watched both shows all the way
That's
through
what I'm
at
the
least
weakest
once.
on.
But yeah, man, I'm a fan of the fucking all 10 movies.
I
say 10, yeah.
There's 10 of them? How many? Where
Well,
are we
is
counting?
Star Trek the original?
Right, because the first
So
like,
six of those, and then
yeah.
there's 4 Next Generation movies.
Okay, yeah. All right, because I have all 4 Next Generation movies. I didn't realize there were 6
Oh yeah,
TOS ones.
there were 6
I remember
TOS ones.
In the Search of Spock. There's a 3rd one.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So do they travel back in time for the whales in that one?
That's the 4th one.
Damn it! Which is the one where Scotty talks to the mouse and says, "Hello, computer."
That's the 4th one.
That's the 4th one too. Okay, so maybe I've
The
only seen the 4th
Journey
one.
Home.
The
The
Journey
Voyage
Home.
Home. The Voyage Home.
Okay, so then I've only seen the one with the whales.
Only.
You've
never seen Star Trek 2?
No, I haven't
Wrath
seen.
of Khan?
Electric
No.
Boogaloo.
We had a VHS copy that was
pretty good.
that was ripped off of TV. It had commercials and everything.
Jesus
So it would like.
Christ.
I have a
I
very
have a Blu-ray of that.
strong memory of Leonard Nimoy being wet after they fished him out of the whale tank, and that's almost it. And the Scotty thing with the mouse.
Yeah.
Very little else has stuck with me, and even the TNG movies, aside from like Babe's grandpa being the rocket pilot and Geordi getting robot eyes, I'd be hard pressed for details there.
Wow.
Because it's all in the series. I like the series.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the series. You know,
How do you feel about Natasha Yar? It's divisive.
I feel pretty good about it, but I mean, like I've watched enough documentaries to know that like that the first couple seasons of that show were a dumpster fire in terms of the production office, like trying to figure out what the fuck.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like behind the scenes.
Yeah, but it's important from the standpoint of Tasha Yar did not feel like Denise Crosby did not feel like she was being given material. It was just she was just like, even though she's supposed to be the kick-ass originally, was supposed to be the head of security, she's just standing there behind that Rainbow Bridge.
That's the problem.
Control panel saying, hailing frequencies open, Captain, and she's been reduced to her right off the bat. And so she's like, will you kill me, please? And they're like, yeah. And they killed her off.
The problem, I think, is that before, it's like, we'll call it BB and AB, before beard and after beard. If you're a completionist, you watch the before beard shit on Riker. Get me?
Okay.
You watch the before the beard shit. Yeah. If you are, in for enjoyment, you watch post.
Right.
Or I take that back, because you have to watch the first 2 episodes because it's like Q and it's like so pivotal.
Oh yeah.
And Picard is so great, and even though he's
so gray, yeah. I mean, what little hair there was. Oh, great, yeah.
Great. Yeah, whatever he's got up top is like white as snow.
I liked all of Riker, beard or no beard. I liked all of him.
He's fine with or without the beard. I'm just saying there's a definitive point in TNG history, and when he gets the beard, you're in calm waters. Maybe was that when Roddenberry died?
Yeah, or at least he was on his way out.
Yeah.
They kind of... Yeah, there comes a certain point, too, where, like, he got sick, and they started being like, yeah, oh, no, that's cool. Take a little time off. And they're like, can we do the show the way we want to do it?
Yeah.
Can I
because
have
he was
a beard?
He was a little heavy-handed with his edicts.
Yeah, it was too stiff, and it was too...
Don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody loves the great bird of the universe. I ain't dissing the man.
No. I mean,
saying.
For what he's done is fine. It's just
Have you? By the way, I'm total tangent. Like,
sure.
Train of thought derailed. But have you seen the movie Cocktail?
With Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Negative.
Okay, just pull up Google. Hey, Krista, Google
I know what he
Cocktail.
looks like.
The movie Cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
The movie Cocktail. Mm-hmm. It's like 86 or 80. No, it's got to be like 88, 89. And look at the logo for that, and then look at your live live sign. Yeah, because it's so fucking 80s. I love it.
The inspiration.
Yeah. I love how that's 80s and the on-air sign is like so kind of just classic.
I've put a lot of
Is that on video? Are those on video? Like on Krista's cam?
They're but she's so small in the screen.
Yeah.
I'm tiny.
But it's there. During the normal stream you can see all that stuff. Yeah. But
do you see what I'm talking about with the cocktail logo?
Yeah, with the pink and the
it's exactly the same.
Yeah, people
only that says live.
Right.
And the other one says cocktail.
Kayla says, but the beard disappears again in the movie, smooth as an android's bottom.
That's true. She's spot on. Yes.
But that's fine. Like I said,
he gets it back.
Beard or no beard, Riker is fine. The problem is it signifies early on when it's like spring. The first sprouting of spring flowers, you go, I think we're going to be okay. We made it through winter. Some of us had to eat some friends. Goodbye, Tasha Yar, etc.
Had to eat some friends.
Yeah, you make it. I'm making an analogy to like the Pilgrims. Like it was a maiden voyage. Let's say they sent out. It's like the Roanoke people.
Right, gotcha.
So they were like, oh, we had to sacrifice Tasha Yar and eat her.
So
and now
the first season of the show is like the lost season, even though it's not lost.
Isn't it like
it's
2?
The one that,
she didn't go till 2, right?
No, it's like partway through like the first few episodes of the second season, I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's the thing. She doesn't go far into the second season, but that's even when she's gone, it still doesn't get better until obviously. I mean, people, you've seen this. People
I mean, I can't remember. Were you a DS9 fan or not?
Negative.
Okay, so that's a show where it's like, yeah, I'll watch the whole thing, but when does it get awesome? Season 4, when they bring in Worf.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They bring in Worf, and it starts all the war stuff, which is in no way like, oh, it's only good when Worf's on. No, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying, like, by that point, like, they hit their stride. They're like, hey, nobody's watching. Let's write serialized wartime stories and bring in, and like divvy it up with singular stories too. But for the most part, let's actually serialize a show.
It was
and-
something I watched casually. Like I did. It's not something that I turned away from. Like my dad was all Star Trek.
All the time.
All the time. You know, same Star Trek time, same Star Trek channel. Say that's 10 times fast. What do we got now? It's still Contra. Cool.
Kayla said, quote, had to eat some friends. Now we know where Klingon gosh really
Gach.
comes from.
Gach.
Yeah, probably.
Tell her kapla for me.
Oh,
She can hear you.
She can hear you.
Kapla.
This is the show. You don't have to tell Krista.
I'm just reading
I knew
because you
that.
can't see it.
Tell her. It's like one of those.
Wait, we're live? Holy
It's like
shit.
one of those passive aggressive family dinners where it's like, can you please tell your mother to pass the salt?
Does anybody have a Kleenex or a napkin or anything? My ADHD or my...
There's Kleenex in the
No,
bathroom.
never mind. I'll just dust this.
Oh, my dusty stool.
Yeah.
He's
Ew,
dusting
never
my
say
stool.
that again.
He's got rubbing his hands all over my stool. He's not even my doctor. A dried turd. Anyway, back to So Deep Space Nine. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I did not dislike it. I liked Quark. Odo was probably my favorite character. He was so like sad because he never knew where he came from.
Right, yeah. No, he's definitely the outsider.
Oh, and that kick in the dick. Remember that episode where they found that key that was like in a locket and it like morphed into a little crystal key looking thing?
Keep going.
And
Talk to me.
so I don't remember what it was for. It was the MacGuffin of the episode, but every time they'd open the locket, it would be like this purple goo and it would turn into a key.
Yeah, I'm having...
And then would go back down. And I
Flashbacks
think
of
it might have
Nam.
been like Dax or the doctor who was like, oh, whoa, this is like...
a baby changeling or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's a primitive form of your species. Like, this could be your brother. And I felt like that was kind of a kick in the dick to Odo.
Yeah.
Like, he's standing there, a full-blown Rene Aubergenois.
Aubergenois.
He does... Let's talk about Rene Aubergenois.
Yeah.
He does probably the best...
Great voice actor.
Great voice actor. He does, for like my Pendergast series of books, he narrates a lot of them. He does a really good Louisiana accent.
Yeah, no, that guy...
Scott Brick is good, but Rene Aubergenois really brings it to life.
Yeah.
R.I.P. One love.
I know.
So sad.
Yeah.
Oh, he died?
But yeah, he's
like
like
last
like,
year or the year before.
Yeah.
He's fairly recently, I think.
It was right before the last
2019.
Pendergast book came out that I was really interested in. Before
Yeah, he did a lot of cartoon voice work.
Mhm.
A lot.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Has anybody in the room, aside from myself, seen The Last Unicorn? The animated feature, The Last Unicorn.
Oh
Yes.
hell yeah, that comes
Yeah.
up a lot.
I saw
Renee
it once.
What's that?
I saw it once.
Okay, well, that's at least something. Rene Aubergenois does at least one voice. I want to say
Who does he do?
several. He's the voice of the skeleton guarding the clock.
Okay, yeah,
And he's like,
Yeah.
where you have to, he wants wine.
yeah. He wants the
Yeah,
wine.
if you get him drunk, then maybe he'll give you the password.
I want wine.
And he's like, but I remember.
I
The
remember.
skull.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
god.
good. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. That makes sense then. Because
Well, I mean, okay, and I point this out. I'm giving this as a perfect example because that movie is an amazing roster of voice talent.
Yeah,
and
who
strangely
plays-
enough, okay, so you have
Is it one of
Christopher
the-
Lee.
One of the Daniels.
Yes, Jeff.
As the
Yeah,
wizard.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Not
Jeff
Daniels.
Bridges as the
Prince Lear.
as Prince Lear, right?
Okay.
So
who,
you have
who is the wizard?
the wizard is
Chris,
Char-
you're looking at
character actor.
the
Hold
roster.
Is there a name
Schmendrick.
to the wizard?
Schmendrick.
Yeah, Wizard Schmender. He should be like in the top 3 roster.
Yeah, he should be at the top.
On IMDb.
Alan
Arkin.
Arkin.
Alan Arkin.
So Alan Arkin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he's super young. I didn't even realize
Yeah.
it was him. But now that you
He's
say that out
relatively
loud,
young.
yeah.
You have
Who
Paul
plays-
Frees doing at least 3 voices.
Who plays the unicorn? The lady.
Is Mia Farrow.
Correct.
Oh, Mia Farrow.
Right.
And Angela Lansbury's in it
Correct.
Yeah.
as Mommy something.
Mommy Fortuna.
SOB says Happy New Year. Or SGB, sorry.
SOB.
SGB says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, we're not there yet. We're wherever you are.
Happy New Year to you as well. Hey,
We're
keep bringing the wine.
time is relative. He's fluctuating in and out of being pissed drunk.
I don't know what
I've got to drink
what
coffee
year
for
it
the both
is
of us.
where you are. But here we're not in the New Year yet. So yeah. Oh, and you have Christopher Lee as
As the old
King
the
Haggard.
King
Yeah.
Haggard, right?
What a dick.
Yeah, but is he well played? Oh my God, yes.
He's so underused though, because like you see him sort of skulking around. He has very few speaking lines, but
Yeah, but every line that he delivers is just
it's good.
Oh, it's fucking gold.
He looks also very woolly. Like the way they drew all of this animation for this.
Well, this was like Rankin Bass type stuff.
Yeah, it was very curly and very.
But I mean,
It looked hot. What I'm getting at, dude was covered in like wool and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like everybody's really warm.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like the wizard Schmendrick, he's wearing like 9 layers.
Right.
Even like when they're tooling around the castle, but maybe they're probably in Ireland.
You had a fairly
or Scotland
well-known
or
character actress in there too, doing.
Who played the booby tree?
That was Paul Frees.
Okay. Ugh.
Paul Frees does 3 voices, at least 3 voices in that. And one of them is the tree. What's that?
Mabrook. Paul Frees.
Mabrook. Yeah, Mabrook.
Tammy Grimes is in it.
Tammy Grimes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We watched it all the time.
And Renee Auberjonois fucking delivers on that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that was
the
my
skeleton's
point.
probably the best character.
Right, and he's just in this amazing roster of voice talent. I mean, the only thing it's missing is Mark Hamill.
But everybody seems a little tired and a little wooden in that. I don't know if it's just the 70s of it all.
It's very 70s.
But
feeling. I mean, I think it came out in like 80, 81.
Yeah. It feels very
It just feels that way to you because the soundtrack is by America. And it's
well,
all
no.
very
I'm talking
folky.
about like their voice acting. Like they're also serious. Like the only one giving it their all is Renee Auberjonois. Like when he is doing his character, and maybe the evil witch.
Yeah.
She does a pretty good job.
I understand what you're saying.
Like,
I think it's
to be
just a
little-
good, serious. That's just it. That's part of what I like about it. It's a serious piece of animation as opposed to like everybody's got to be gregarious and Alan Arkin's the one delivering all the funny lines.
Yeah, but it's so
part.
dry. Like when I was a kid, I was like, ugh.
It's very dry.
It's very
but
dry.
That's what I love about it, man.
But like you can keep. Oh, it's like the racks in this movie, like the tree and the harpy and the. It's just like this was such a weird experience for me as a child because I loved.
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, we had it on
I was
VHS.
like 6. What year? Does it say what year that came out?
1982.
82. So I was 6, 7 years old when I saw that.
I was -1.
I saw that shit in the theater and like I lapped that up. And that was my.
Yeah, I liked it too. Like that's the thing. All of my critiques are simply like in hindsight, but I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
And even now, like it's in the same vein as Secret of Nim?
Secret of
Nim.
Which I need to rewatch. I haven't seen that since.
I have
since
never
it came out.
seen that one, and
Yeah.
I just saw Last Unicorn like this year.
Yeah, the
Wow.
Secret of
First
Nim
time
is
ever.
dark. Like I've been gearing up to watch it again because it feels so
No, I have
grim
been
and
actually.
heavy.
Yeah, we should sit down and watch it together because I'm definitely curious. Like I saw that as a kid and went, "What the fuck was that?"
Oh, it's so like the cat dragon. The John Carradine is that ghostly owl, like the disease, the impending ticking clock of the farmer moving the stone.
I just remember I didn't understand a damn thing that was going on at 6, 7, 8 years old.
It was.
I saw that at the drive-in.
Really?
Yeah, as a little kid. Yeah.
That was the only one we had on VHS, and it just felt like it was one intense
Because
anxiety
I'm old.
provoking situation after another.
See this? See this right here?
Dom DeLuise is in
white.
it.
Yeah, Dom
Yeah,
DeLuise plays the crow.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I thought
Jeremy.
he didn't do anything for Don Bluth until you got around to American Tail.
Oh yeah,
Will Wheaton.
He plays the bondage crow.
What?
Will Wheaton's in it.
Will
yeah.
Wheaton is Martin Brisby in it.
Whoa. In Secret of Nim?
That's what it says.
Who
Holy
plays the
shit, man. He
mom?
was doing voice work way back in the day.
Yeah.
Who plays the mom? Mrs. Brisby?
Yeah.
Elizabeth
I know
Hartman.
I know
Okay.
Wheaton does a reading of
He probably plays the sick kid.
probably.
Martin
He
Brisby.
reads both Ready Player One novels very well as audiobooks.
Yeah, that was another one that was like, woof. It was so scary because
Yeah,
Doherty?
I was tripping balls through that whole movie.
yeah, and no matter how many times you watch it, it doesn't ever lose any of its sting.
I apologize, YouTube. I do not know how to sit straight. I just don't.
Whatever, like you're getting that buffalo.
You're
shot
not
of
wearing
me most of the
shoes.
time.
and
Yeah,
I,
no
I
shoes.
don't know how to sit in a chair.
No shoes.
No
service.
shoes, pedicure.
Good lord. Yeah. Nails are all chipped.
How often do you paint his toes? Or did he paint
A couple weeks.
I
No,
don't
I
paint
do
them.
it.
You
I
don't
do it for him.
Yeah, if left up to me, I would not have my.
At what
toenails
point
painted.
do you are you like it's time to repaint Dave's toes?
He tells me.
All right.
And then it usually takes me a couple days because by the time I do it, it's usually late at night. And then it's like,
That's like almost a candy apple red there.
It's like
He chooses the colors.
It's a nice maroon. Yeah, like if you want to do it, fine. But I've got the one who has to look at it.
Yeah,
I
I
made
feel
some
like
bad decisions in the past, but
Yes.
I've realized that darker colors or more striking colors are best on me. Like I went with like a nice yellow. It was awful.
it was it was terrible,
Like
but
a
it was the
nice
easiest color to
orange.
get off,
Yeah.
Okay.
to take off.
Oh.
Kayla says, I definitely need to be in the right frame of mind to watch Nim. Otherwise, I'll watch Flushed Away.
Flushed away.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
That rings a bell, but the flushed away part reminds me of the Rockadoodle sequence.
Which
where
I've never seen Rockadoodle.
Oh, that's a good
David
one to watch
showed that
too.
one to me recently as well.
It's
this
a
year.
wild ride. It's another one where it's like, it's not like the lightheartedness of Disney where the villains are all like, oh ho ho, but you
No, that
always-
was the thing about Bluth, man. He definitely
Yeah.
brought the adult element to his stuff.
you don't feel safe while watching Rockadoodle.
No.
Glenn Campbell is Chanticleer. He does a lot of
Glenn
singing.
Campbell?
Yeah.
I liked that movie overall.
Yeah, overall it's good, but
I
like
like
there
the
are a
singing.
Still
lot
talking
of
about Rockadoodle?
yeah,
Yes.
Rockadoodle. There are a lot of nail-biting moments. Like they
Yes.
get locked in a chest at some point and go underwater, and Eddie Deason, who plays a crane, has
As you do.
as claustrophobia and needs to get out of this chest. So he's punching a bunch of holes and a bunch of water's coming in. You feel like, well, fuck, Eddie Deason is going to kill all these characters. When
Yeah.
the whole time you wish Eddie Deason would get caught by the owls and eviscerated.
Yeah.
Never happened.
I don't like a lot of where you're potentially drowning
Oh,
anything.
And
so.
Charles Nelson Riley plays the nephew of the big
CNR?
owl. Yes.
Fucking CNR.
He has a Swiss Army knife with a million different things. Like that's his gimmick through the movie.
Tangent Patrol, have you heard the song Charles Nelson Riley, a.k.a. CNR by Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah.
Have you
of
seen
course.
the video? Because it's fucking amazing.
Possibly a long
it's
time
amazing.
ago, yeah.
It's like
Isn't that a Doors pastiche?
no.
Oh, no, White Stripes. It was a White Stripes pastiche.
Kinda.
CNR.
Yeah, that's the one,
it's
yeah,
very
yeah.
White Stripes.
Yeah.
So Flushed Away that Kayla was referring to is a
about a
2006 comedy, family comedy, and it
2006.
voices the cast is Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet.
Wait, is this live action or animated?
Surely animated.
I looked up the cat. It's
It's
animated.
definitely animated.
It's animated.
They're
Don't
like
call
they
them
look
show.
like mice or like
Whatever. How about this? The Brave Little Toaster. Have you seen that?
Funny enough, no, never.
That's another one
That's
that's
another,
like-
and that's a movie with a strange pedigree too, because like it looks like Disney Animation, but it's not Disney Animation, but it's owned by Disney Animation or something. It's weird.
It's another one of those ones where it's like pretty dark. Like
I think
there's
I've seen
sort of-
clips.
there's sort of a happy ending, but since they're appliances, the reality of entropy is always there.
John Lovitz is in that.
In
John Lovitz.
in
It's
The Brave Little
Toaster.
Toaster.
Yeah,
He's the radio.
yeah.
Wow.
There's a radio. There's a
only person I
vacuum. There's obviously a toaster. There's a light. It's a motley crew, and they go on some sort of adventure because I don't know. It's also very contrived because the family who owns
Well, it was
all
a
of this
short,
crap.
wasn't it? Is it-
No, it's a full blown
It's a
movie. I
feature?
think. Yeah,
It's an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
there
a
you go.
feature. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So it's like the family who moved left all this shit behind or something, and they're like, "No, they forgot us. We've got to have an adventure to get them." And like, so there is the broken premise. They left you. They left you behind. This isn't like a Milo
So
and Otis
it's
where they're like, "Oh my god,"
proto-toys.
kind of.
Yeah, okay.
But like, whereas like Andy would have been like, "My Buzz and my Woody, they're missing." Nobody in the Brave Little Toaster world would have been like, "My brave little toaster."
Right, exactly.
Never. That like, well, fuck, all this garbage showed up. I thought we left this back at the other house.
Okay.
Ice Cube is in it apparently.
What?
It doesn't say who he was. It just says Ice Cube as part of the cast.
He might have gone uncredited because there's a lot of characters in that movie.
There is a lot. Yes.
Whatever, man. I don't know, but it's
I have a
another one
copy
of
of,
those
speaking of like oddball stuff, I have a copy of Ricky Tikki Tavi that I haven't watched yet either, and that is Chuck Jones animation.
Yeah, and that was not bad.
Yeah.
I've seen that one. I think maybe we even have a copy of it around here somewhere. It's not bad. It's kind of boring, but you know, for the
Right.
time, it was a
Right.
novelty.
I mean, it's always fun to watch his cutesy faces.
It's
and
a
stuff.
movie.
Yeah.
Ricky Tikki Tavi, yeah.
It's
Well,
not-
it's based
like
on a book.
It's like a short.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like you know, I think it's not quite feature-length animation.
TV short, 1975.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by short, it gives how many minutes?
Probably 22, right?
It doesn't say yet. Hold on. 24 minutes.
Ah, so
Wow,
close.
I didn't know it was that short.
Orson Welles.
Of course.
That's the narrator.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about all the Garfield holiday specials. I feel in my heart when I'm not watching them that they're feature length. But then when you watch them, the first, second, and third act are all literally probably 7 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
But they feel full.
I can't argue with that. I really can't.
Because, you know, especially as a kid and you're watching it, and also without commercials.
Yeah.
Now, watching it modern day on YouTube or whatever, like there's no commercials. So it is a breeze going through it. But if you have to stop every 5 minutes to watch 3 minutes of, you know, Pert Plus or Big Red, Dr. Pepper, something like that, Doritos, it makes it feel longer. Plus, you have to stay up. I mean, you did. You don't have to anymore. You can if you want to watch it. But, you know, YouTube's always there.
You know what I miss more than anything, though? I mean, it's just that, what was it, NBC or CBS or whatever, that special, like,
yeah,
you know, turning towards the screen.
With the star.
Yeah. Although I keep on meaning to, I can't remember what movie, like maybe Beastmaster, like have a bunch of people over to watch Beastmaster, but before you hit play, like find a YouTube video of the old school, like early to mid 80s HBO opening where it's like the camera going over the city and then it goes up into the stars and then a bunch of stars explode and they become the HBO logo.
Man, that's something we're never. Well, we do see a little bit of echoes of it, but everything
is jump into the fucking movie now.
Well, but I mean, like, because all of our media now is like whatever. There's no be right back. It's just commercials.
There's no bumpers.
Yeah, there's no bumpers anymore.
Yeah.
I miss bumpers because they were sort of a nice segue because you got to see all of those nice, especially in the 90s.
It was kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Like, especially in certain cartoons, it was like, Robotech will be right back.
Yeah. Or like if you were watching a Sunday night movie, you'd see like the stars, or maybe you'd be like a nice neon marquee or something.
Yeah.
You'd be like, all right, somebody took the time. But with...
You knew to zip up. Like, get the fuck out of the can. Get back in front of the TV. The show's starting back.
You had a... hey, go take your piss now. Like if you're watching YouTube or Hulu... something that still has commercials in it.
To Robotech.
Yeah. The YouTube's jarring version of that is the ads in 5, 4. Instead of like I would swallow maybe every one of YouTube's ads if they had their own like 80s or 90s bumper.
Yeah, it's true.
Or even if it's modern day, make it like something wild. But instead of that, just have like it fade into a nice bumper. And you don't have this like ticking clock that looks like you're now in a James Bond style. Like, oh God, you got 5 seconds to push the button, or else you're gonna have to stick and watch the stupid fucking 2.5 minute commercial for a 30-second video.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bumpers. Just class it up.
So at one point, going back to Don Bluth.
Sure.
At one point, I'd even chipped in money for a promo reel that Bluth and company were doing to make a Dragon's Lair feature-length animated film.
Oh. When was this?
This was a few years back.
Before Kickstarter?
No, it was originally Kickstarter. It failed on Kickstarter. They took it to Indiegogo, and they raised like over $100,000. And it's still, I think, in development hell, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, like, have you ever watched... I mean, Space Ace, Dragon's Lair 2, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever seen, like, all the animation for the original Dragon's Lair game?
Hell no, I wasn't that rich or had that much patience.
Yeah, but you don't have to now. And now you can just watch
Well, yeah, now you can watch all yeah. It is
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's incredible animation. All of, like, that... The most prevalent I can point to as far as style is, like, Robin Hood. Disney's Robin Hood.
Well, okay.
Or even like Sword in the Stone, where everything is sort of wavy.
Both of those are valid in certain ways, because both of those Bluth worked on, I believe, and but there were things going on in the production, basically the production of both of those films that are exactly what led Bluth to go, fuck this noise, I'm starting my own company.
Right. I'm just talking like stylistically.
Stylistically, you have certain parallels there, absolutely. Bluth, though, was like, no, I'm bringing quality back. He's like he understood characterizations Disney wise, but he also knew, hey, it's time to go back to ink and paint and really make it more vibrant again. And so that's one of the reasons why like Dragon's Lair and Secret of Nim and a few others like really stand out, is because he was the guy going, all right, remember when Disney looked good? Okay, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it with, be just as good at, actually animating as Disney, which he does, and he brings all that back. Whereas like, and I say that only from the don't get me wrong, I love Sword in the Stone, I love Robin Hood, but they skipped a step to do the animation on that. They instead of going to ink and paint, they were just going direct from the pencil test, so everything looks much scratchier. Yeah, and then the colors were a lot more muted in that era too.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna. That's what sprung to mind is when you think of that era, like and when you say scratchy, I think of the 101 Dalmatians. All the human characters in that seem very like almost. It almost gives you the sense of like they're Pigpen-esque. Like there's this cloud around them.
Yes, and it bothered me even when I was like 3.
Yeah, that's the thing. I that's the part that not so great. But like the way that they're animated and the way that their hair and everything goes, it's got a very elastic feel to it, and I like that over everything because it sort of reminds you that it is a cartoon.
Yeah, when
you're watching something, you want everything to have that sort of wavery effect that sort of implies a mirage.
Yeah.
You know that you're watching, when you watch a cartoon that, and like anime does this, and which is probably why I'm not a fan, when everything is like a super hard edge and it's very serious.
True.
I can take that in certain doses, but for the most part, I like the, like Steamboat Willie does it obviously too. Cranked up to 11. No, but give me like a 2 of that.
I mean, that was definitely something that all those guys were doing right, even when they weren't doing the complete level of quality.
And what was up with that? Why all the wiggly?
Because that's where animation came from. It's like animation. Like if you ever watch some of those like 1920s shorts before they really got into stuff like what Disney shorts really became with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy cartoons, or more importantly, in some ways, what Looney Tunes did. Everything before that shit was like, it was like animated shorts were just weird. All it is like what can you do? It's just a bunch of noodle characters moving to music.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's so weird.
But it did bring us the skeletons that dance.
Yes, but that's exactly what you're talking about. It's like that's where animation came from. It originally was, the whole idea was doing something
that you can never do like IRL.
In real life.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And that's why I think animation is kind of coming in this weird cyclical pattern, because when it started, it was like, look at all the weird shit you can do.
Yeah.
And then it sort of went Simpsons era, where it's like everything is now a family. There's still a little bit of cartoony edge to it.
Yeah.
But now we're like to the point where CG, like Pixar or whatever other company.
Well, again, I mean, you have those companies realizing you have to go back to, you have to still make it look.
You want it to be
animated.
Fantastical
Yes.
too. You can't like
look at Incredibles. Incredibles is a great example.
Yeah,
of that.
A perfectly rendered person,
boring
CG wise.
Right,
it's incredibly boring.
Yeah.
Like you don't want a cartoon character to look like you.
Right.
Like they're supposed to be bonkers.
Well, and again, I mean, that
bonkers.
takes, to a certain degree, that takes you back to Dragon's Lair. I mean, it's like it's beautiful figure animation, but at the same time, it's also slightly over the top.
Yeah.
It's doing things that make the brain go, this is definitely a cartoon.
Yeah, you go, this is not a human body.
Right, even though like Dirk and Princess Daphne are, obviously, very human.
Yeah, and
characters.
And the thing about it is like their
Daphne's
hair.
sexy as hell.
Their hair is
has
insane.
like inch-long nipples.
Ugh. That's sexy to you?
Well, it's the way that he draws them.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, it's like talking about Frazetta proportions in art. It's like it really doesn't make any. Like if you saw a real girl like that, you'd be like, I don't know, but it's like it
when it's a cartoon, we'll call it.
Yeah, when it works as a painting, that's different.
But yeah, like this is also in Rockadoodle, like Chanticleer's hair. Like it feels like there's a physical
Who's
weight.
Chanticleer, the main rooster?
Yeah, the main rooster.
Okay.
So he's got this big pompadour.
Okay.
I feel like it has a sentience of its own, because when the character's head turns, it always like whoop follows.
Yeah.
It's not like modern day like cheap
that's
cartoon
the stuff
characters
that I
where it's
love.
just,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that where it feels like their hair. It feels like they can feel it on their hair,
it
and it
flows.
looks like a pain in the ass.
No,
Yeah.
that is animators being diligent as opposed to lazy, and that is exactly why something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, all the animation stands out, is because all the characters are made to look like they're animated characters.
Yeah.
In comparison to the human characters that they're in the same room with, quote unquote. So is what they need to be. They need to be, to whip around and have their, to have their hair and other things like move like animated characters.
It's nice to have those people, and maybe it's like this too. Like in music, you've got the dudes who are really into the technical side, and they'll get into like the dudes who shred, the dudes who are technically perfect at executing arpeggiated, blah, 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 blah. And then you have the people who are into singer-songwriters whose skill on the guitar is minimal, but their connection to the source material is great. And that's kind of what CG is. It's like if your thing is taking it and polishing it to a diamond shine.
Right.
That's like the Final Fantasy movie.
Which I haven't seen, but I understand.
I haven't
Kayla
seen
just
either,
said,
but it looks very
Yeah.
like real people, and you
Yeah.
Kayla just said Final Fantasy Spirit Within had weird uncanny valley animation too.
Yeah, but some people it probably scratched
Uncanny
an itch
Valley.
for them. Yeah,
Nice.
It was. I remember seeing commercials and the trailers for that and being like, "Yikes!"
Yeah.
Like that's why in all of these things, all the characters are always dressed like maniacs or whatever. You can't just have because then why not just shoot it?
Right.
If you're going to do a cartoon, tell us why you made it a cartoon, not just like to stroke your massive, quad core processors in 2008. You're able to render this in however many days or whatever.
Let's not make the conversation too pornographic here.
Yeah, says the guy. Well, you can rewind the tape. The tape. It's the 80s, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, speaking of which, Tangent Patrol, I found a Superstar Video not 3 miles from my house, still open.
Really?
Yes. And
Is that like a Blockbuster?
Yeah, it was like one of the competitors to Blockbuster.
Wow. I remember Hollywood Video. I miss them.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Hollywood too. I had cards for Blockbuster and Hollywood. I don't think I had a Superstar card. That being said, this store is legit. It has not only like a full like new release wall and a whole bunch of shit that you can't may not be in, for streaming in some cases right now.
But a boutique store like that, the experience is what.
Yes, absolutely. And all being completely honest here, I did not go in because it just didn't have that kind of time. It does have the adult room.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do something like that, because we're in an age, people love saying in this day and age, because whatever.
I mean, who still puts out porn on DVD?
Somebody must, man. There are people out there buying physical media. Their physical media will never die. This.
No, I'm with you.
Mom and pop video store like this will never die. I'm glad that it still exists. If I had the money, that would be a fun thing to do, because if you're part of that generation that's still alive that remembers going and having to hunt and peck for a physical thing, because to me,
to a degree, to some degree, I'm still recreating that in my own fucking.
Well,
basement.
and me too. All of that is DVDs over there and Blu-ray, and I've got them back over there. I've got so many, because it's nice to, if you wanted to leaf through something, because if you are given an ocean of Netflix and Hulu, and you go, well, what do you want to watch?
Yeah.
Anything
and all I'm seeing
you
is a
want.
little image. Yeah.
Yeah. If you narrow down your choices to something in a room, it's a lot easier. And it's also more fun.
Yeah.
You get to look at the box,
the
and
covers.
it's a visceral
Oh
experience.
yeah. In fact, that's the reason why some people really love LPs, or more appropriately Laserdiscs, is because it's such big box art.
Mm-hmm.
You got that giant sleeve just full of art.
It's I love it because it's you still there's still a ritual. Photography will always have a manual mode. There will still be people who shoot film.
Yeah.
No matter how far computers go, people will have pencil and paper. And thank God for it all, because it's so fun. The ritual of the thing that you like. And it also, more often than not, which is sad, you get to be a little sanctimonious about it. You find a way you like, and you pick the one you pick is obviously the best because you picked it, and you get to be holier than thou, someone else doing something similar.
Right.
I speak from the photography world because, oh boy, everybody, a picture is a picture. If you look at it contextless, you'd go, great. But if someone puts the stats of like the aperture, the ISO, and this and that and the other, it's like, sucks, I'd have done this, yada, yada, yada. So that's the thing. It doesn't matter how it's done. It's the finished product.
So Kayla says maybe they have the adult room for fine films like the Guar movie.
Oh, yeah. Phallus in Wonderland.
There is one.
Yeah, there's like 4.
It is terrible.
Yeah, we watched one of them. It was
Oh my
awful.
God, it was awful.
It's not a concert. It's like a movie.
It is
It's both.
yeah.
Okay.
It is a very loose narrative strung through about 10 music videos.
Did I tell you about the time that I got to stand like right next to Guar one time at San Diego Comic-Con?
I'm sorry.
Did he spit on you?
No,
Any
no.
of them?
I mean, you say he. I'm
Did
like
he hit you with a
members
big
of the band.
dildo?
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 members
When
of
I
the
say
band.
him, I assume it would be
2 or 3
Odorous
members of the band
Aromas.
in full makeup happened to be like having a conversation with some people, and I just like walked up and I'm like, I'm standing next to Guar. Fucking awesome.
Your hero story. Guar adjacent. Yeah, watch Phallus.
And I survived.
Yeah, I imagine,
I survived Guar San Diego Comic-Con
it's
2012 or whatever it was.
2012. It's so wild. When you see a band like Guar or like these super extreme bands who live by
It's probably more like 2008.
like or like a Gigi Allen or whoever. And you like
Gigi?
Gigi.
Who's Gigi?
Gigi Allen? He's that punk dude who like would cut himself on stage and he did heroin and stuff and he died. And like when he died, they had his casket open and people were throwing like dime bags and heroin and needles and shit. Yeah. When we went to the Museum of Death, they had a recreation of his coffin and his dead body. It was just full of drugs and like
All right,
panties
pump
and
the
shit.
brakes a second. Where the hell is the Museum of Death?
L.A.
It's in LA, like right down the street from the Church of Scientology.
Yeah, this girl right here stayed in the lobby.
It's wild.
They were like, if you don't like certain things,
Death.
don't go in there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna wait in the gift shop.
Nice.
It was a I feel like I want to go back because there was so much to take in and I feel like I had to run because
Church of
Krista was
Scientology. That's a joke. It's a bookstore.
yeah when you walk in. Well,
Their
they also
lobby is all just stacks and stacks of Dianetics.
hello. There's all 3 things. Then there's books, there's e-meters, and there's also cute little people in naval
in
fake
sailor
little naval
uniforms.
outfits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
inside and
they're in the
outside.
Sea Org.
I think if we went back to LA, I would probably go into the Death Museum, whatever it was
Well,
called.
why do that when you could go to? I say go to the Ripley's Museum. That has a better mix of shit.
It's good too. Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, then you have to go to Tangent Patrol. You have to go to the Max Factor Hollywood Museum. That is fucking boss. It is 4 stories of nothing but Hollywood memorabilia, like costumes, props, all sorts of cool shit. And that's the first. But it's in the Max Factor building, which was like some of the originators of modern makeup.
They shot Max X there.
They did
Maximum
not.
exposure.
They did not. That is a lie.
Oh, damn it.
But it
the
is.
layup.
You can walk into the room where Lucille Ball became a redhead, and you can walk into the room where Marilyn Monroe became a blonde. And then the whole basement
Still have the
floor,
machine.
the whole basement floor is all horror movie props and stuff. So it's pretty rad. But I mention this also because being the Max Factor building, it has all these old like Art Deco like cases and stuff from when it was, the actual Max Factor building. So it's a pretty rad museum.
I love that.
And they
Art
have the
Deco stuff.
baby lizard from V: The Final Battle.
Well, I mean that pays for itself right there.
It kind of does. At least for some of us. who are
Walking
children of the
through
80s.
LA, you have to see it all. Like it's saying that one thing is more interesting than another is like.
Well, I wasn't saying it
wild.
was more interesting. I'm simply saying if you.
No, yeah, but you have to if LA.
I mean, it's totally more interesting. But.
Yeah, if LA is your thing, you have to go back and back and back and back. 'Cause there's so many.
I don't think if we never went to LA again, I'd be fine. It was
I'd
so
be fine
boring.
Too. Like it is sort of gross. And
like I
dirty.
could only see so many. I could see a fat Spider-Man at a Phoenix Comic-Con. Like, I don't need to go to LA to see somebody trying to take
if you're
pictures.
just going there and not spending any money, sure, it's boring. But I mean, if you're going to go to some cool places, there's lots to do.
Every time we go, we're basically ushered around by relatives.
Right.
See, that sucks.
So if we just
and
go
that's the thing.
alone, it could be, yeah.
Yeah, it's not very, we're not going and doing all the touristy stuff that we probably should be doing.
We went on a strip. Like on the strip, got something to eat, went to the Museum of Death. David stepped into the
Did you pay
site.
to go into the Museum of Death?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like $12.
And how long did you spend in there while she sat in the gift shop?
I don't know, maybe an hour.
And
less.
what did you say? Did you see anything interesting?
I think the car accident. There was something.
Are they constantly playing Faces of Death up on one screen?
Yeah, like it's like a winding thing where like they each sort of have a theme.
I mean, I'm asking simply because you've experienced this and I refuse to. So tell me.
Oh yeah, like there's stuff from like those weird prosthetics that they made like to perfectly mimic stuff. They have videos of embalming, like active embalmings on like old CRTs. They might have gone up to flat
Digital by
screens
now.
Yeah. But back in the day, it was CRT, and they'll have like death masks. They have a room that's all death masks of famous people and or criminals and or whatever.
Okay, see, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Well, there was something that the guy said was in there that totally I was like, nope, that was, I don't know if it was a car accident, something with a car accident or whatever it was. I was like, I'm not going in there.
There's a hallway.
I mean, like I got to watch fucking, Death on the Highway as a kid.
Right.
At 15, so I don't need to see that.
Yeah, they do have a lot of, because like since 50s cars were basically death machines, they have a lot of black and white, like just body parts strewn around as these like classic fit. I don't know what it is. Like, why can't, this is also a tangent, but why can't we take the style of the 50s and reinforce it with the technology of today to have a fucking nice looking car that's also safe? But now I'm done.
Sorry.
But moral of the story is, there was like one, I forget the murder case, but they had copies of these pictures. But like when this man and this woman killed this dude and then basically butchered him and did all these weird things with his corpse and took a bunch of pictures, and that's how they were caught. So they had like these 2 or 3 rolls, and they're all just on the wall. So if you want to not see them, you have to look at the ground, and they're all on the wall. And it's as it happens, they're murdering this guy and chopping him up and stuff. So
that's awful.
It gets intense. It's not for everybody. I'm not.
No, but I'd like to see the death masks. They do have at the Max Factor one. They did have the if it's not a death mask, then it's called a living mask or
a live cast.
A live cast. So they had the live casts of. I think these were all from Forrest J. Ackerman's collection. The live casts of Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff. I want to say Vincent Price, Christopher Lee.
What's his name? Christopher Lee's buddy.
Peter Cushing.
Yeah, he's got one out there.
Yeah, I think yes, because that's how they did Star Wars.
Yeah.
Who am I forgetting?
I think even at the Museum of Death, I think they have like, oh god, what's his name? Rebel Without a Cause.
Wow.
They have his death mask.
Wow.
It barely, death masks are weird because they have to do so much stuff to your face, and also your hair has to be out of the way and everything. It's wild.
It's pouring outside, by the way.
It's a very rainy New Year's Eve.
James Dean?
Yeah, James Dean.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, his death
The
mask
guy who
is
crashed a car and died.
Yeah, 2 movies, right?
Dead Man's Curve.
Dennis Hopper's in that?
Probably, yeah.
In the Museum of Death?
Rebel Without a
Rebel Without a
Cause.
Cause.
Oh,
he was
you've
also
never
an
seen
Easy
it?
Rider.
It's actually worth seeing.
I've never.
Yeah, it's totally worth seeing.
The amount of movies that I have seen is probably
Because there's like, what, 10 a year? And as long as you've been born, that's so many movies.
It's a lot of movies. 10 a year?
Yeah,
come
10.
out?
How many?
That's
10,
it?
20 movies a year come out?
That's all you think?
Something like that.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe high double digits, but I won't go higher than that.
Have you forgotten how to properly advertise a movie and or show such as Fistful of Podcasts and or Raiders of the Lost Genre? You say things like, Hollywood puts out hundreds of movies a year.
Dozens.
This is one of them.
Have we ever said that?
No, but I'm saying that's the type of thing you do.
Kayla says Tangent Patrol sounds like it should be a kid's cartoon based on an Atari video game.
Tangent Patrol, woo!
I'm going to give her that one.
An
That's pretty
Atari
good,
video game?
Uh-huh.
I don't get the reference.
It doesn't matter. It just sounds old school.
Oh.
I mean,
That makes me think of my...
Atari was what, 8-bit or is that less?
8-bit, I think.
Yeah.
That makes me think of my Space Invader. God knows where that is.
Speaking of 8-bit, Tangent Patrol, we listened to a song today in my car called 8-Bit Boy from a high school ska band that I loved and still listen to in my car.
A high school ska band?
Yeah, my high school, they were a bunch
Did they suck?
Tangent Patrol.
They were called 3 Years Accident Free, and one of their songs was called The 8-Bit Boy. And
Nice.
that is
Okay.
the end of my story.
All ska bands are pretty good. Like,
Yeah, they used to play like we
Maybe the
used to
exception
go.
of No Doubt.
We used to go to their
I
shows in like
still
the
love
community
No-
church.
back in the day, let's talk about Tragic Kingdom. Tragic Kingdom had
let's
some
not.
good cuts on it.
That was a
Man.
good CD.
What
You
don't
guys
you
can
like
discuss.
about?
I'll have my water.
What don't you like about No Doubt?
I've never liked No Doubt for whatever
Is it her
reason.
voice?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Just something about that band just never.
I liked
really grabbed
that
me.
CD, but anything after that CD, I did not like. She
Yeah.
got too like Japanesey.
Yeah,
Like-
she had a shift in life.
Like it went to like a weird.
strategies.
It reminded me of like Hello Kitty in
Yeah,
human
like, it was,
form.
it was probably around the time that Puffy Yami Yumi was
I'm not
coming out.
right.
and
I'm
shit.
not. Again, this is not my way of saying like I fucking hate No Doubt. No, I don't. It's just I just never cared for them.
That's how I feel
but
about.
maybe they're like the ska equivalent of Green Day, where it's like too overproduced.
I wouldn't even call them ska. I would call
Green
them
Day
pop.
or who? No
No
doubt.
doubt.
Green,
I
Green
would-
Day. Green Day being punk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Green
yeah,
Day.
yeah,
Is,
yeah.
Overproduced punk.
Green Day is pop punk, and I would say, no doubt, if you're gonna call it anything, pop ska.
Like I remember,
maybe.
like early Green Day shit, and then
Dookie?
and then Duke. No,
Mm-hmm.
but pre
Before
Dookie.
Pre-Dookie.
Yeah,
What was
and
it
then
pre
Dookie come-
Dookie? What was the album?
Usually farts are pre Dookie.
Nice. Usually farts by Green Day.
Usually farts. So.
my next album.
It's just I can't even stand them.
39/smooth.
I can't stand Green Day.
I feel like now they've always
Way
been a
too-
joke to everybody, but Smash Mouth, like their early stuff wasn't awful. Like
yeah,
these-
I remember that being okay.
Yeah, like everything like Fushu Mang and before
Mm.
Fushu Mang is even like walking the line, but everything before that was like semi-fast
Walk
and
the
like
Line
sort
is
of
a different song. Dave.
Speed Pro.
Well,
Yeah.
them and like so Smash Mouth and Bare Naked Ladies, they kind of were in the same league to me.
Yeah, they came
growing
out
up.
at the same time. Like
But I don't remember. Did Bare Naked Ladies?
or
Do they
hit
have
them.
horns in them like Smash Mouth did? Like
no,
no, I saw them in
Mouth doesn't
concert
have horns
once.
either.
They remind me. Well,
Smash Mouth is a four piece,
oh,
As opposed to
like a ska band.
A
which
ska
would be
band
like
is like
8 or
8.
10.
really?
Yeah.
because
Really?
you need guitar,
Trumpet.
bass, maybe two guitar. You'd have lead and backup.
Like a proper punk ska band.
yeah, if you're ska, you have at least 4 horns.
yeah. You've got a
Yeah,
trumpet,
yeah.
a trombone, a saxophone, and
Maybe a tuba.
maybe
Really?
a tuba, and
Yeah.
then sometimes you have a piano that kind of.
Yeah, you have
That's
a
rad. I
keyboard
had no
player.
idea that much
Like
went into ska.
take Real Big Fish for example. They've
Mm-hmm.
got the bass player, they've got 2 guitar players, the drummer,
Hey, you take them.
4 or 5 horn players.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a lot, and like Flogging Molly.
Yeah,
They were
or
good, too.
Liberator or
Mm-hmm.
Pain.
I liked
or,
some Flogging Molly.
Emma's
Had some good
Goldfish.
stuff,
Ella's
yeah.
Goldfish. Emma's
yeah.
something Goldfish.
Edna's Goldfish.
Edna's Goldfish.
Yeah, Edna's Goldfish is good.
What?
Yeah. Edna's Goldfish is ska.
Edna's Goldfish.
Edna's
I found
Goldfish.
them at Zia actually. I think Becky recommended them to me because I was into ska. And she's like, "You should try this." I'm like, "All right," and she's the one who, like got me the hippo. She's like, "It's like play school ska," which I didn't really take to.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Stones
I
had
remember.
horns.
Oh wow, I
Kayla
hadn't thought
said.
of them in years.
Mighty Mighty Boss Stones. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were good.
They were in that.
By the way, I'm
Feeling.
sorry. Tangent Patrol.
Tangent Patrol, something
Tangent
you can't
Patrol,
see
Right
on
that's-
off screen.
That phone it might even be cooler than the one that's in my kitchen.
the one that is over there, or
That
the
one
one
is-
that's behind me.
No, that one's
yellow one.
Yeah, that one's fucking diesel punk as shit.
Go
That's
to
cool.
the Facebook. I think I posted it there. Or
Yeah,
Instagram.
You
no,
did.
the yellow
You'll
one.
see
The yellow one
one.
might be cooler than the
It's a
than the
1963
carpeted one.
Westinghouse.
Yeah. That's what year?
West 63.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. That's the same year technically as the year my house was being built.
It's been his phone has been used. Like I had to clean a sticker off of it. I couldn't save it. I wanted to, but it predates obviously 911. And it's local. So
Yeah,
it says,
yeah.
your area code is 480, and there's an actual phone number.
I remember the sticker that we had on my parents' phone as a kid too. That was like for emergency
for fire,
style.
police, medical.
David
was like
said to
full
me,
fucking phone
Scott's
numbers.
going to be so jealous about this phone.
It's pretty rad. It's
When I
pretty
saw
rad.
it, it was like.
And I'm speaking as a guy who has a carpeted phone in his 1950s kitchen.
Yeah, it is a nice one. Yeah, but this.
But it's very plastic, whereas that's like legit 60s.
And
That's
it's
that
heavy,
belongs.
man.
That shit
Ooh.
looks like. I mean, with the exception of maybe the fact that it's rotary, very Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
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 It was in the craziest antique store ever. It was like we were walking down in Globe, walking down the street
Which
in
one?
Globe. I don't even know. Here's the
Were
thing.
you on the old street with all the old ones or no?
No, we were like on Main Street, passing like that little Mexican restaurant, and we're walking by. There's just this old dude, scruffy beard, wearing an old beanie and like a beat up old shirt, and he's next to an open door.
You're making this up.
No,
It's called like junk and stuff. It's a
we go
weird
in there
name.
and
Junk
like,
in the trunk? That's
there
a
are,
weird name.
Like sheets up, like keeping you out of certain areas. Like is nothing but cobwebs. I feel
His
like,
fire alarm, like
I
it
love
kept
it. This sounds
beeping.
awesome.
It is awesome. It is almost like whoever owned this place was using it to store shit, lost the deed or whatever. This old dude bought and paid for it, however, or somehow.
I'll run a store out of it.
He opened the door and it was like, whatever.
Wow.
It's literally shit everywhere. Like I
love
had
stores like
we
that.
had to
Yeah.
take Elliot out of the stroller because I couldn't get the stroller anywhere past
it's
the cash
elaborate.
I
register.
still dream of an antique store back in Milwaukee in the historic district, probably not far from where Red Letter Media literally shoots. There's a like 3 or 4 story antique store there that was like, it's in the historic district. The building was probably built at the turn of the century.
Yeah.
It has one of those, and this is the coolest part about it in some ways, it has one of those elevators where you close the fucking grate, you know? Oh yeah, and it still runs, and it's floor after floor of just junk.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of junk.
There's 2 flavors of antique store you can get. You can get the ones that are like the consignment
Curated.
shops
Yeah.
that are very nice little stalls.
Yeah, and each
you
little
have-
stall is curated by their owner. Yeah, it's
and
very,
it's all like to the nines, and they
Yep.
each have a flavor. And then you
Yep.
own the ones that's owned by one dude who
Right,
just
and it's
has
just
a bunch of
shit
shit.
ton of stuff, and
Yeah.
it's thrown everywhere.
somewhere in there.
Nothing is
like probably the
marked.
basement level. There's literally like an entire corner.
Yeah.
That's every issue of Playboy
Yeah.
from 19.
Yeah, and you can hold something up and yell how much, and he'll shout across the thing. Yeah,
whatever.
Those
This
are
guy-
that's what this was.
Yeah, he
Nice.
literally he was just sitting in like a broke dick patio chair outside of the place, and we're like,
Are you
okay.
open?
We walked in, and he's like, "You're the third people that have come in today, all from the same town."
There was no heat in the store.
No, it was
like,
freezing.
It was
Like,
freezing in there.
What? There was 2 other people from Florence.
Yeah,
Believe it or
he had
not.
2
That's a
other
little
people
weird.
that came earlier that day that were from Florence, and he was like, "We're looking around. Nothing's organized. There's like tools." And then there's radios and phones and like random shit all over the
I
place.
love
There's
it.
There was
Matchbox
like
cars.
this cassette
All
recorder
right,
for
all
like
right.
dictation.
Wait. How much did you pay for that? That's awesome.
$20.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
one
you
was
can't even
20,
get
one was
the
10.
normal, like the black standard rotary phone, much less the push button. Those things go for like 60, 70, $80 these days.
Yeah.
He's just doing it because to be away from his wife, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
for whatever reason. He just wants.
wait.
He's just hanging out by himself outside.
And it's so funny because, like, and that's the thing when you're basically looking at a gypsy camp where like he disappears behind a sheet held up by some wire every
Yeah.
once in a while.
All right.
And I was like, oh god damn it, because then the fear hits you. You know, you look at all the stuff and you go, I have no cash. So I go, do you don't take card,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
you?
yeah.
And he's like, of course I take card.
I take the square.
What? Of course, like, and so yeah, saved the day. So I got like these 2 phones. There was like a little thingy of Matchbox cars. I grabbed a couple for my kid. It was amazing. Like and like the weirdest.
On Main Street, you said in Globe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
it's-
like
Wait, which one's first?
the
As
very
you-
end.
No, I'm sorry. As you're driving west to east, you hit Miami first or Globe East first?
Miami
Miami's
first.
first.
Miami's first. Okay, so Globe.
So
is
yeah,
the
when you
big
get
town.
into Globe, when you make the left and like where the railroad bridge is,
yeah,
right around.
yeah,
there.
that Main Street area. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Like it's right down the street from the Cobra Courthouse.
Because if you go into Miami, if you make a left at that like 1930s gas station, there's this old street of nothing but old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we go
always
there
down
all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, and
And-
that gas station actually is a store much like I am talking about.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
an antique store inside of
What
the gas station
antique
proper.
store? So like in the store, that it's got some sort of order.
Because they were restoring it last time I was out there.
Now, if you go in the back, it's just anything you find, you hold up to the dude who just sort of wanders around.
He could be outside.
Yeah. They have a whole room, a warehouse full of old Coke machines, full of old cigarette machines, full of old, go there. They're all there right now. I guarantee it.
He's got like, it's the convenience store part is a bunch of antiques, and then behind it is a garage.
Yeah, there's a bunch
with
of
old
car
cars, and then a shit ton of vending machines.
I stole some of his vintage bottle caps out of some of the.
He totally did.
Because there are so many. Like, it was literally from all the ones that open up and you pull one of the bottles out and pop it on the thing to like the old Pepsi ones that looked like a refrigerator.
Fuck.
So I grabbed some of those old bottle caps. They're around here somewhere.
Nice.
You know the old YMCA in Miami?
Yeah.
I know the lady who owned
building,
it, and she bought it and made it the Miami Mercantile, which is like a whole thing. I don't know what's in there.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, that's that same street as the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's at the very end.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, if you live in Arizona and you like ghost towns or like schmaltzy little things like this, you're spoiled for choice because there's so many.
Like Superior. In Superior, they're starting to really build up that one main street too.
Yeah, I hope
that's the town that you get to first, right?
Yeah.
It goes Superior, Miami, Globe.
I've only stopped
and
to
if
like
you sneeze,
take a whiz in
you go
Superior.
through Claypool.
Yeah. I still haven't even been to the plant place that's in Superior. What do you call that? Botanical garden.
Oh, that's even outside.
The Arboretum?
Yeah.
We were there today.
We just went there.
We did.
Holy
We
shit.
saw plants
Oh
like
my
you would not
God.
believe.
World.
We were outside.
Yeah.
There was nobody there.
There was a bird.
Literally, there were like
I so
6
want to
people
call out
there.
of work tomorrow and just go that direction.
Dude, I'm thinking about going back tomorrow because it'll be open.
Oh, God.
And like we got there right before it rained. Like this is great radio talk.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we got there right before it rained. It was like the perfect weather. My kid ran his ass off. And it was like, so nice. And nobody showed up because it was like, it might rain. Because you expect, thank you, COVID, I would have expected a million fucking snowbirds
outside
to be bumblefucking around with their dual walking sticks and all their dumbass fucking hats and shit. Like, pull your head out of your ass, people from Illinois or whatever. Like, this isn't
We call them
Kilimanjaro.
fish, Dave.
Fish?
Yeah, fucking Illinois shithead.
Oh, that's a good one.
This is what you learn when you come from Wisconsin.
Nice, yeah.
It's like we're up in the rolling hills, and then you call all the people down in Illinois flatlanders or fish.
Oh, yeah.
All
right.
Or fibs, fucking Illinois bastards.
But that's the thing. Now there's no, I shouldn't say no, but there's very few snowbirds here this time.
that's true.
And so, bingo.
You better knock on wood because the next wave of them
cars.
comes in like a week or two.
Whatever. Yeah, that's the thing.
Do you have to hold up a mic whenever you're talking? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, because I have a stand.
My hand is
for
very
it,
tired.
It's in there and it's.
I keep switching hands.
Well, I mean, you don't have to.
You have to talk.
Well, I mean, you don't have to hold it. You can pull it up and down. That's why I put that rag there.
I like that it kind of gives you that like game show host thing going on though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
My camera's
Kayla-
over here, so I'm
Kayla
not even
likes the
looking
look
at
of it. Yeah, can you?
Hey,
can you see
Kayla.
a little live.
Kayla can
I've
see
not
that.
looked at camera probably once this whole. I keep looking at the clowns.
I mean,
The creepy clowns. I don't like those clowns. I don't like
remind
sitting.
me where the clowns came from. Why are they there?
His
My
grandmother
grandma
them.
made them. She painted them, and I think
right.
those are.
They're fucking creepy. I love them.
Kayla, did we show them to you when you were here? I think you did.
we
I
totally
think we did.
I had to give her nightmares because
Right.
we put her bed right there. And I
Right.
said, "Don't worry, the clowns are in here, but as long as the door's shut, they won't eat your dreams."
Can't
I
sleep, clowns will eat
I
me.
don't like sitting where David sits when we
weird.
do a live if the door is open because the
I
clown
love it. I
stares
love these
right into
goddamn
your
clowns.
face.
Yeah, well, if you have a fear of clowns, I can see where there would be a problem. But
I
love
wouldn't.
'em.
I wouldn't let David hang the clowns in the old house, but this
Should put it right
time
over the
he
Stewardess.
found the way.
Dying over here. I can't do a crusty right now. Hey, ooh.
Yeah, I can do a pretty good binky, but if I scream, it'll be probably too loud. My kid's asleep finally.
It's Binky
Hopefully.
the Clown. Kids!
Kids,
It's time to do jumping jacks with Binky.
Kayla,
don't
do you
want
have
to
fireworks going out around your house?
worthless. Is it
Actually, yeah. Funny enough, I think that's the night. That was something I was actually really looking forward to tonight. Was if it was gonna rain on New Year's Eve.
It did.
Thank God,
It is.
because it means that many less assholes
Yeah.
outside throwing up explosions
I don't
into
know.
the air over the
It just
city.
means
hear
they'll
it?
come
I
back
can hear it.
tomorrow.
What's that?
It just means they'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's that much less flaming debris at night
yeah,
raining down onto my
spreading
house.
it. Yeah, with our last place, we were very close to our neighbors, even like across the street and side to side.
Like you had them over for dinner a lot?
Yeah,
and slept together,
we were
or
blood
not that
brothers
kind-
and sisters.
Yeah,
We all
you're very
into a
close.
cauldron and we sacrificed a black goat and bit the head off a pullet. That sort of thing.
I'm
That's
glad I
how.
got that one started. That was good. You ran with that.
but after every holiday in which a hillbilly could possibly celebrate with fireworks, it was as if like the spent fireworks fairy came and sprinkled their magic dust all over my fucking yard. It's just like spent rockets and black
Yeah.
cats and those little tanks and all that other shit. Yeah.
But across the street here, we've got a few Mormon families, so they probably aren't doing that. But everywhere else in this neighborhood,
Right.
I guess whatever. When you open the door for holidays that you can blow shit up.
Yes. Which apparently is all of them now.
all
Yeah.
of them, all the time, even on non-holidays, they're
It's
still
so
blowing
strange.
shit up over here.
Yeah, I remember when it was just New Year's and
4th of
4th of
July.
July.
Yeah. Now
But
it's
you-
like,
Now
mean-
it's Halloween,
Veterans
Thanksgiving,
Day.
Christmas, Veterans Day.
Even Phoenix is hick enough that I had to pull a fucking huge ass bullet out of the roof of my garage a few years back.
Yeah.
Which means it missed us by 15 feet.
Lucky.
Kayla said we did show her the clowns. She barricaded the door closed in case while she slept.
See, she's a smart
And
girl.
they also had fireworks a couple hours ago, but it's raining there. Well, it's raining here too. It's not
pouring.
stopping.
I
them.
can hear it outside.
We've had fireworks
outside the studio window.
since about 7 local time, wherever you are.
It was funny. You posted
Yes.
some photo of the studio in the daytime. I'm like, oh, those are windows. There's daylight coming
Yeah.
through those.
But that's the thing. See, it blows out the camera if you do something during the day.
Yeah.
And windows are so boring, humdrum. I
Does
like
the camera enjoy it when it's blown out, though?
I mean, I wouldn't. 'Cause
Mm.
out is the pivotal part. Anything is blown out,
Oh.
you go, too far.
Hey, Tangent Patrol, what's that Donkey Kong made of over there?
Perler
beads.
beads.
Perler beads. Are those anything like anal beads?
No,
Any
Okay.
bead can be an anal bead if you stick it in your ass, right?
but don't put an iron on it because that would hurt your butt.
But what?
Yeah, well, basically you have a
So did you make that, or
Yeah.
it's like paint by number, or what?
kind of you have like a big like light brights.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a big thing, you just put colored beads down, make a thing, and you iron over it with some parchment paper, and bingo.
Rad.
You got some goofy shit. I have a
Bongo?
whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I made a big.
It's all gone now, probably.
What do we make? We made Mario and Peach.
Mario.
Yeah, I fly through, like that mouser over there is also Perler, but I fly through hobbies like crazy.
We've
You
gone
do-
through a lot.
Once, like, let's say you do get into Perlers one day, Scott, and you do everything you've ever wanted. I had a Bowser I made that was this big.
Yep.
I had a Gurr riding a pig from Invader Zim that
Yep.
was huge. It took a long ass time. I had a
We
million
made coasters of with
Pokeballs
Pokeballs.
and anime characters and yada yada yada. And I was like, all right, now what? Because I go through it too
And you
fast.
ran out. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I did the 3D printer and I have a whole bunch of that stuff. And
So can you still get these things?
I still have them in that closet. I've got
Yeah.
every craft I picked up.
I'm just trying to
I
think if
still
there's
have
something like,
the detritus of.
yeah. Something that I need to put with my arcade down in the studio.
You could we can make a TARDIS out of
Oh
Perler
yeah, because
beads.
that's what I
Anything.
need. Another fucking TARDIS.
Or an invader from another world,
Yes, a space invader. Oh,
possibly.
Or
Possible.
some Mortal Kombat crap
Right.
we can make out
Yeah.
of
that
Perler
would be
beads.
pretty hard.
That's what she
well,
said.
8-bit.
That's what she
8-bit,
said.
8-bit
I don't know, man.
transmits okay. 16-bit where you get shades of gray, that's going to take
Mortal
you a long
Kombat.
time.
Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of.
I've seen some stuff, and to get that sort of shading, they need to be big. Because each
David's
one of
seen
those
some
beads
stuff.
is a pixel.
Right.
So you need to be...
Yeah, but it looks great from here.
Yeah, but on a screen, it would be like whatever, an inch and a half tall.
True.
Because all the, the beads are whatever. This is great.
Kayla,
Probably
you
4
can't see
millimeters.
this, but there's a
Off screen.
Donkey Kong over
I'll go get
about
it.
a foot to my left. David's gonna get it.
Dave.
There it is.
Hey.
Ta-da! Donkey
Oh, it's
Kong.
double-sided.
Well, yeah, it's a bead that's like
You're basically just laying down
Like
the
an
beads
anal
and-
bead?
Yeah, if
Kinda.
it goes, any bead can be an anal bead if it goes in your ass, Scott. A
Oh.
wise man once said that.
That's something Cthulhu's head?
I think it was Confucius.
Oh.
I had Lao Tzu told it to him. He said, hey,
You know, the Buddha once sat on an anal bead.
You should put these on because it's Flamingo Friday.
any bead can do
Oh,
it.
shit, it is Flamingo Friday.
But then my...
Yeah.
It's only Kayla. It's fine.
All right. Well, if Cherish sees this in the future...
Only because it's live. I mean, somebody else might watch it
Yeah,
later.
Flamingo Friday. David's got flamingo sunglasses.
Put the,
on.
try to see if you can put the hat back on there.
Yeah.
They're cute, but like the lenses are not high
How
quality.
have you not taken pictures of my flamingos out in my front yard yet to use on any of your stuff?
I don't know. I've been really falling down on a lot of shit.
Well, you shouldn't fall down on shit. That hurts.
No, it's actually pretty soft depending on the pile size.
Yeah, yeah.
Kayla says, I'm heckling and killing it.
It's touching my mustache.
I need more
You're
wine,
heckling and
Kayla.
killing it? What?
Apparently, she thinks she's heckling.
Because I'm whispering things into the microphone and you guys can't hear me and she's hearing it.
Yeah, we don't have headphones on, so
No,
They
no,
can't
nothing
hear
from
what I'm
us.
saying.
I feel
Something-
heckled.
we
now.
might have to watch the replay.
Yeah. Not only that, but I mean, I might go into a racist tirade.
Against what race?
Yeah.
The
I mean,
French?
yes.
The Guamish?
Yes.
The
I don't-
Guamish.
Guanamanian?
Really? You're from Guam? That's
Yeah.
interesting. Wow, I never knew
Guanamanian?
that about Chris.
I'm also not French.
Oh.
What about those
How about
filthy
French Guam?
Hondurans, huh? And those damn Plutorians. Getting their welfare checks and eating their government space cheese.
See, now we get... See, I mean, as much as I love this.
You're one of the good ones, Glip Glop. I gotta take these off. These are wildly uncomfortable.
Is it still Contra or is this something else?
It's now Mario
it's Mario.
3. Yeah, the Contra one was only like 20 minutes. I think it went through a couple of
it's
that.
rotating. It's rotating through a whole bunch of games.
Well, it's going through whatever playlist is
SNES.
on YouTube.
Is this Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
This is NES. Mario 3 was NES.
The original Nintendo Entertainment System. Okay.
The OG. That was the last Mario game canonical to be on. Because then after this was Super Mario Land.
Which,
How long have we been doing this? I don't have
yeah,
a timer.
We've been on an hour and a half almost.
It's-
Almost, not quite.
90 minutes. This has been feature length.
It's 10:22.
10:22.
All right,
Yeah.
somebody,
Doesn't tell me how
take the
long-
wine glass away from Krista. That's
It's empty.
yeah, exactly.
And fill it. I guess that's probably good, right? I mean, we're not going to roll all the way till midnight.
No, we're not.
Anything you want to bring up while we start to wind down?
I mean, other than vomit.
Listen to Raiders of the Lost Genre on
Watch.
YouTube. Or watch.
Raiders
Watch.
of the Lost
It's a show.
Listen to
Genre.
FFOP Radio.
Yeah, you can listen. Oh, yeah, maybe if you haven't yet, I know you probably have, Kayla, but my baked salmon episode is up, and it was fun.
Baked salmon.
Yeah, so Baked Salmon is a dude on YouTube who does a bunch of To Catch a Predator related content who's like incredibly funny.
I see
He's
a
so
tangent
funny.
here. I see a through line.
Yeah. He was on the last show. Super fun. That is now live. And I'm wondering, like, I've got to put together some time so we can review Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
I made that promise, and we've.
Wait. You want to do like a review of the film Harry and the Hendersons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but there's a lot of stuff that's going slowly.
Okay. Why specifically that film?
'Cause, it's one of the ones.
I've never seen it.
She's never seen it, number one, and it's second.
It might be
watch count.
Lithgow's finest moment, but
Yeah, I would definitely agree, and perhaps Don Amici's.
John Lithgow?
yes.
Yeah, he's the dad.
And
I've
it
never
has,
same it. So
it has the mom from
A bunch of different.
yeah, like
things.
the 80s, one of
Yeah,
the
the 80s
moms.
mom. She was the mom in E.T., right? Maybe the mom in Mac and Me. No, not the mom in Mac and Me. She was crazy.
Oh
Blonde.
my god.
Yeah. Wasn't she in Mac and
Melinda
Me?
Dillon?
Huh?
Melinda Dillon?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Blonde.
Probably.
She's blonde.
Yeah, that's her then.
Oh, wait, was that the Mac and Me one?
No, that was
Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the
Okay.
Hendersons. Yeah.
Kevin Peter Hall is in it?
Yeah, the hilarious
Who?
hijinks.
Kevin
Don-
Peter Hall.
Oh, well, he plays
Harry.
he plays Harry.
Yeah, I think 8 people play Harry in that
Right, and I'm
movie.
pretty sure
Oh, this
I'm-
just shows the one guy. Oh,
Well,
Rick
yeah, they're
Baker.
not gonna have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Harry 1 through 8 like top
Right.
bill.
And I want to
They're
say
gonna
that
have
one
things.
was a Rick Baker.
Yes, Rick
creation.
Baker is
Yeah.
number 2.
Yeah.
Harry number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Rick Baker created the masks. in the costume, basically.
Yeah, what a great mask! Like that costume.
Oh my god, the expressions.
That's why I put it up there with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Because if you're into
that movie makes my dad roll on the ground
It's
laughing.
so good.
Just from Harry's expressions. That scene where like it like yeah, exactly. That close up on his face and it pulls back while he's watching TV. I think he's watching Addams Family or something.
yeah, and they're John Lithgow's drying his hair.
Yeah, drying his hair.
What a
Oh my
great.
God.
Yeah, that's why I watched it almost as much as the Ninja Turtles, because I loved those animatronics and that
Yes.
Henson workshop shit.
Yes.
It's like IRL
Yeah.
effects. I fucking love.
Kayla said, I got roped into working overtime on Sunday, so I'm saving the podcast to listen to then. And then she says, Time, Life, Us, magazines.
I think that's a Harry and the Henderson reference. No,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Shit.
I've never seen it.
Okay, well, it's been years. I own a copy. All right. If you want me in on this, you don't have to. I'm just saying I will go in on this. I will rewatch the movie just to do that.
I like
episode.
John Lithgow.
Good. Like I can. If I start watching,
It also
again-
has Poirot.
Yeah, Poirot, yeah. He's the evil French Canadian trapper.
Right.
So good. But yeah, if I start watching it, I may be able to quote it from memory. But mon Dieu, they have a language. So, oh my god,
Yeah.
what a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I probably need to review it, because it's something.
No,
I did the Garfield stuff because I always talked about that. We
Right,
finally
you
pulled the
did
trigger on that.
TMNT.
We did TMNT.
Did you ever do TMNT 2?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe we haven't done Last Unicorn properly either. Maybe we
I got
could
to
do
see
that.
that in the theater
Let's do-
with Peter.
With Peter Jackson?
No,
Peter
no.
Cushing?
Peter
whoever
Cushing?
whoever the
Peter Laird?
Yeah, the author of the book.
Peter O'Toole? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
What a great. Let's do High Spirits. I love that movie. Oh my god. I watched that tons as a kid and kind of lost track with it. And I was like, you know
Peter
what?
Beagle.
Who?
Peter S. Beagle. Yes,
Peter
correct.
S.
Okay.
Beagle.
Correct.
Yeah.
No
Peter.
one named after a dog.
Yeah, so good. We should watch High Spirits, dude. There's so many good movies that I watched a shit ton that I would love to do.
High Spirits is also the one with.
Peter O'Toole, Peter Gallagher, Jennifer Tilly. Maybe not Peter Gallagher. Not Peter
What
Gallagher.
movie?
What's his name?
High
High Spirits. Star-studded cast before they were stars. Jeff Goldblum? No. Yes?
No, Goldblum's in Transylvania
not- yeah.
65000.
Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg.
And who's the lady?
Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah. Liam Neeson is in this
That's
shit.
the one. That's the
Oh
one.
my-
I'm thinking
yeah,
of. Liam
it's
Neeson.
so
Liam Neeson's
Beverly
the farting ghost,
D'Angelo?
right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Say who?
Beverly D'Angelo.
Yeah, Beverly
Yes,
D'Angelo.
from Vacation.
Yeah, so many really talented actors, and like the effects. Another again, the special effects that are practical in that movie. Is why I love it.
beads.
I made him those beads. Kayla's got some too.
Yeah.
I did not make these, but I made these.
Oh, she says Time, Life, Us magazines is Lithgow's best Harry Henderson scene in her opinion.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. He's the ones that I recall the most are probably the most emotional ones, where like he so emotionally challenging as a child when you have to watch them sort of be like, go back into the woods, and he won't go. And when John Lithgow hits Harry,
he punches him out.
oh God, that's still I can feel it just
Yeah.
remembering it, because the look again.
But I love you get the payoff afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
But the look on Harry's face, because
Yes.
the gestures are so, you see that flash of anger and then like the realization,
Yeah.
and that wouldn't be there if it were CG or if
Yeah.
it were a puppet or
No,
whatever.
it's so perfect. It looks so real. It
Yeah.
looks like such a character.
His teeth are perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so good that movie.
so cute. Everything about it.
Yeah, and the stunt that Don Amici pulls on John Lithgow to buy all that Bigfoot shit, so he'll tell him all the info.
Right.
His dad being Emmett Walsh,
Right.
who's a great character actor.
Actually, and you have that whole. Oh, that's right. Emmett Walsh is in it.
He
That's
plays
right.
the dad because
He
he's
plays
like
the dad.
he plays like a
Yeah.
the sheriff, I think.
Yeah. Or he always plays a sheriff.
He always
character.
plays a sheriff.
Yeah.
So I may be
he's a
conflating
sheriff,
too.
right? Exactly. He's the sheriff in Critters, right?
Yeah, he's always just the grumpy old sheriff.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole God,
Could've been
so much
Alan
of that
Hale.
movie is worth it just for when they're having Don Amici over for dinner and trying to
Yes,
hide
it's-
Harry at the same time.
I love all of the that's another movie where all of the characters are nailing it. Like the nerdy kid,
Yeah.
but like the dynamic between Don Amici and Poirot, whose name
Yes.
I can never remember.
Right. Yeah, great
But-
character actor.
They're that old they were super villains at the time, and now
Right.
they're just sort of in their old age still
Yeah.
trying to keep each other at bay over
Yeah.
this just mythical creature.
Yeah,
And the little baby at the end is cute.
that's right.
That's a wild movie.
It is.
Anywho, yeah, now we're wrapping it up. Let's do some staff recommendations. We can do some plugs. The Last Raiders was
Okay, so we
which
just
movie?
released.
Was it King Solomon's Mines?
We just
still?
released
Okay.
King Solomon's Mines, and I'm in the process of editing Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger.
I realized so many things after we wrapped on that because I was wearing a tiger shirt.
Yeah.
There were so many. I forget. There was more than one thing going on there, and I can't remember it now. 'cause
Which, by
it's
the way,
late.
did you guys what did you guys just rewatch?
Mysterious Island.
Yeah, and how?
Oh my god, that was so dumb.
We watched it on the projector. Yeah, in the second watch, like I absorbed a lot more of it, so the story made a little more sense.
Yeah.
But not having to pay super close attention to it, I was like, meh. I mean, it was okay. Like I didn't lose any love for it, but it.
I got to teach you more about.
It
cool
wasn't
old movies.
it wasn't the worst. Like it was just it there were parts where I was like, this is so boring.
Yeah, she's not been quite acclimated
Millennial.
to like 60s dialogue and walking.
Yeah.
I was
I
doing-
hate
I
the
just-
walking.
You have to build
God.
up a
Hey,
tolerance.
you poor child.
You need to watch At the Earth's Core because that has good walking. with
Yeah,
Cushing
it does.
and
It does.
Lamore.
Okay, so
Lamore.
like I just watched. Sorry, I know you're trying to wrap up, but I did just watch the commentary on Mysterious Island, and that was actually fascinating to listen to from the standpoint of them talking about not only what was the norm of the time
who
in
was
terms
talking on the track?
of several effects guys and
Okay.
stuff, and film critics. I mean, there's the other commentary where you can listen to like Harryhausen and stuff. But this commentary was specifically some like guys who really know their 60s monster movie stuff, and they're talking about a lot of things. Oh, one of them's an animator. One of them's a stop motion animator.
Okay.
And they're talking about how like there was only 2 machines even of their type that were traveling map machines of their type in the world at the time that could do some of what Harryhausen was doing. To get that effect where you didn't have to run it through as many times and lose that much more.
Yeah, and it always looked like, ugh.
Right. So you get that much grainier and grainier and grainier with each pass. But I think it would be a fascinating. I think you should hear some of it. Like not necessarily listen to all of it, but it's a fascinating listen to. In fact, I should take a look at the one that I gave you and see if it's got that commentary on it because it's just very, very interesting. But I mean, stuff like that is the type of thing that should make, especially someone like Krista, appreciate what went into a movie like that at the time. Because I don't know if he told you this or if you understand this. That's all the animation in that movie, and most of the story is one guy.
I'm
literally an
sure.
auteur.
I'm sure. It's just like laying there.
It's not like
watching
it's
it on a
not like
projector.
Nightmare Before. It's not like Nightmare Before Christmas where you got like 15 animators.
Yeah.
Each one assigned a character.
I
it's-
liked the I liked Captain Nemo and the big giant. Like I liked what he was trying to do. I like his thought
Mission
process
statement.
Right.
of yeah.
His
But
idea for
it's
saving
the
the
other
world or whatever.
actors
Yeah.
and their little story with those 2 boring ass ladies. I was like, what the fuck are they doing here? Why?
They're there.
Why?
They're there so that you can see a girl.
Yeah, you need to fill out the role.
That's great. And her skirt gets shorter and shorter.
Yes.
And I get whatever, but like
It's-
They're there for the dads.
Here's what it's like.
I mean, again, this is the reason why you would listen to a commentary like this because
Yeah.
it makes you understand the time period, what the thought process
yeah,
was.
because I never really saw old movies like
This-
that at all.
This is the if you're a photographer and you like shooting manual or like shooting film, this is the equivalent. This
Yeah.
is the
Yeah, it really is.
allegory.
It really is.
If you like DIY and old school physical in-camera
I mean,
effects, then this is your bread and butter.
Because literally, those guys would like come up with the concepts, go out and shoot the movie, and then Harryhausen would spend 2 years animating it.
yeah, and I it was funny because every time
And the whole and part of the idea is just to make it fun. You know, it's like it's just how do we make up fun concepts? It's like it's like the actors are kind of secondary.
Yeah, it was funny every time that the actor became a dummy. David brought it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that guy's like a dummy and a crab claw."
Yeah.
That's how you had to do it, obviously. Back then.
With the black and white ones, you can hide it a lot better. Like when we watch Black Scorpion, when that guy gets taken off the telephone pole, when his dummy is shown, it's almost seamless.
Yeah. Well, and that was another thing that they talk about is going to color, all the things that Harryhausen had to pioneer to make it look as good as possible. And those were some of the things that he was running into. He's like, man, it's like you can really tell now on a big screen.
Black and white really forgives. That's why I shoot a lot of photography in black and white, because it'll hide a lot of fuck ups.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, like especially doing a DIY show like we do with Raiders or I do here. Yeah. I'm obviously at least a little bit drawn to making stuff work, not necessarily in a professional way, but in a way that works.
It works
regardless.
Right, yeah.
Like having another sound machine or having this or having whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it works and the end product is as I want it.
Yeah, that's all matters.
That's the spirit in which you have to go to Ray Harryhausen and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And even like Rankin Bass when you say
totally. Yeah, like I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, God, those guys made special after special of stop motion animation. If TV special. I mean, it's not like the animation's that great. No, but holy shit, that's a lot of work.
Thing. If you're not into just that tinkering, that's what it is. You have to be into tinkering. If you like fiddling, if you like fucking about with, if you like making do or as good as possible with what you have, and that gets your juices flowing.
You know, it's funny too. You actually kind of look a little like Yukon Cornelius at this point.
Oh yeah, I have some on my Amazon wish list. This is a great tangent. On my Amazon wish list, I've got some hair
Tangent Patrol,
like Brill cream or whatever that I can also put on my beard that'll turn it all white.
Wow.
How would I look doing that? I haven't pulled the trigger yet, obviously.
We've got it.
We'll see what happens.
That and your chalice.
Maybe next...
for something.
Yeah, maybe
this
next
sounds
Christmas
like
I'll be Moses.
You chose sport poorly.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing. I have a... I don't know why. I got a wild hair up my ass to put like a monk's cloak on my...
Yeah, I saw
Amazon
that.
wish list. I was like, that'd be funny because like when you...
They're really versatile. I used to have one.
Growing
myself.
up, we had one, and you used it for everything.
Exactly. You could be like death.
Yeah, you could be death. You could be a monk, and if you were doing shit like we were doing,
suddenly
like,
pay homage to Monty Python randomly.
But if you were running around with your VHS camera back in the day, or your 8-track or whatever, not 8 millimeter,
8mm,
like that monk costume got so much use because you could shoot.
A lot of fucking.
I did none of that as a kid, so I have zero reference.
Yeah, if you were a content creator in the 80s, you guaranteed had a monk outfit in your closet somewhere.
My cousins and I, and somewhere I might still have it. My cousins and I, we did the. All we needed was 4 or 5 kids, a large backyard, a VHS camcorder, and a weed whacker, and that's when the Wisconsin Weed Whacker Massacre was born.
Nice.
Because that camera, that particular VHS camera had overdubbing. So I could put on the sound of my dad's saw over the top of the Weed Whacker.
Nice.
Yeah, we did. Oh, man.
I killed all my cousins in that video. In that video.
I'm
not admitting anything on camera.
There's not videotape evidence anymore. But back in the old days, I sort of did Harryhausen type shit. I did foilmation.
Nice. I never tried anything like that.
And it was so rudimentary and choppy. But I would take my parents had one of those 8mm cassettes.
How did you do frame to frame?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Okay. You couldn't.
No, you couldn't. So what I would do is I put the foil guy, I would hit record stop. And so it would go and do a whole bunch of shit and take 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 frames. But I got so good at it, smooth as silk, relatively.
Nice.
I mean, from when I started.
Right.
But like I had I wouldn't say hours, but dozens of minutes of footage of Foil Man. And then I graduated to using modeling clay and made Resident Clayville.
Wow.
So I had a full-blown mini featurette.
Do you still have the footage?
No.
Damn it.
It was awesome, though.
This needs to be like the weird shit going on their TV.
I would love to do it again because it was so easy. All I did is a video camera, and I would just move these clay figures, and I had one get shot a bunch. and I was like, how am I going to get this zombie shot. And I was like, oh, God damn it. So I had the little clay officer with his clay pistol. So I cut to the front of the zombie and I was just like, oh, idiot.
Yeah.
So I would stop the camera, toothpick, and then I would pull either green or red clay out of the hole. So it was like, blah.
Yeah.
And it looked so real to me because I was so just used to foil.
Yeah.
And so I'd have these, and they had brains. And
You
then
graduated from foil to clay.
yeah, and then at the end, a rolling pin rolls over the
Nice.
the cop.
Nice.
I even had like my idea for parallax scrolling, so I had this Porsche, this big Porsche collector car that I put the clay officer in because of course an officer would drive a Porsche.
Yeah.
And then
in Cannibal Run.
yeah, and everybody's parents has at least 20 little Christmas houses, right?
Yeah.
So I would move the Christmas houses behind the Porsche, and I would
You
move
do
the wheel.
Flintstones background moving.
And I would move the ones behind slower and the ones in front quicker.
Oh my god, dude, that's brilliant.
It was really shitty looking, but
Yeah.
it came out.
That's gorgeous.
It was a
I love
one-man
it.
operation. I would love to do something like that again because I
Yeah.
can grab foil and make.
Well, see, you do that. I'll buy the green screen. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, it was so fun. The foil man's nemesis was a giant squirrel who
As you do.
usually at the end bit off foil man's head.
Nice.
It's like he was like obviously inspired by Mr.
Mr. Bill, kind
Mr.
of.
Bill, yeah.
Yeah, because it was right on the time of. Oh no! Like that one. There was a clay figure on Nickelodeon at the time too, and there was a pizza on a stick that was
Yeah.
made out of clay. Yeah.
Or
Anyway,
if you
guys,
watched Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh, yeah, and Pee-wee's,
you had
yeah.
Penny.
yeah, all of that came together
Yeah.
in Foil Man.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, it's been fun. You've gotten all of the staff recommendations, I think.
I think so. But yes, look out for the next episode of Raiders of the Lost
Oh
Genre
yeah,
very
look
soon.
out for Raiders coming out soon. We got the podcast. I don't have anything planned for next week, so
We have we have Matthew Blades on. We're recording with him.
right.
Oh,
but
again?
Pretty
yeah,
soon.
But
Is
I don't
this
know.
only the second time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Nice.
if I'm gonna be able to get that edited in time though, because it's happening.
Wait.
later in
You
the
already
week.
recorded with him?
No,
yet, no.
on the 4th we're actually recording, and then
Boss.
Yeah, it'll be in the can, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Gavin. No one wants to hear the behind the scenes of like my scheduling issues.
No, actually, I think this is interesting.
yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get Gavin back on, because I would like to talk to him for once about something other than his job. I'm sure he loves talking about dinosaurs,
Yeah.
but I would like to get him in and talk to him about himself.
He's got some other
And
things
dinosaurs.
going on.
And I'm sure dinosaurs
This
will come
guy's
up.
backyard has got to be rad.
He's a wild guy. Like his influence is not influences in, but from his time period and the music that he likes and the stuff is he's a wildly talented artist. I've got some of his drawings. I don't want to say I made him, but I sort of just put a pad of paper and a pen down. I said, if you would,
Fucking draw something.
I said, before you leave, could
I'll
you
make you extinct.
just fill maybe 10 or 12 pages, Gavin? God damn it. Like, help a guy
Maybe
out.
enough to animate, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Just give me a fucking flip book, just 9 or 10, 100 pages.
Where'd the dinosaur get the gun to shoot the guy in the head with?
Yeah, I think I've got two. In reality, thank you, Gavin, so much for them. I've got two original pieces: Todd the Smug Cretaceous Bat, and a parasaur that's buzzed but not drunk.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Kayla says Happy New Year.
Happy New
New
Year!
Year.
We'll see you next year. Wink. I'm glad I didn't. Okay, so Krista, if the intro was button 1, what do you think the outro is?
It's either 2 or the last one.
Do you think I
Can
would
you just
build
tell
the,
me?
Do you think I would build the show soundscape like a sandwich? Or do you think I would group like and like together? And don't forget also to change when we fade out, go to the logo.
I did.
She's still a new producer, everybody.
Well, so when did you get this new setup?
It's not new. It's always been like that.
But
It's
I've
just
never
she
done
hasn't
this
worked it.
before.
It's always me behind.
So tell me if it's the last bottom corner or the second one. I was trying to anticipate when David would successfully wind the show to a close, but still get to say it before the show ends. Oh, she wanted to say Happy New Year before it was Happy New
Okay.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Tell you what, Krista.
It's the last
Can I
button,
just
isn't it?
press the last
It's
one?
a sandwich. You're a sandwich
Pick
guy.
one and see what happens.
And
Are you
we're
a
out of
sandwich guy?
time.
No, I'm not.
Fuck.
What are we hearing?
And we're out of time.
Yeah, that's not the outro. That's a sound drop.
That's a stupid way to do it.
Intro, outro.
No.
News intro, news outro.
That's not.
It
No.
goes like words in a book. It's brilliant, God damn it!
Say bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thanks for showing up.
For the
Button 2.